Knights is Justin DeCastro. A flat-out scorer for Reading High. He is one of their top scorers on the season, one of 3 players in double figures for the Red Knights at 13.3. But there's no question that DeCastro can get it going from a variety of ways. He's not a great outside shooter. He's just a flat-out scorer, and that's what Francis Kamara, the head coach of the Red Knights, loves about him the most. And on the flip side of that, when you look at Gavin Walker, who was huge for the Saints when they beat Reading High the last time out at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. He went for a season high of 19 against the Red Knights, and that included 5 threes. There's an asterisk to that. 4 of those 5 came in the second quarter, and it brought the Saints back from what was a 22-9 deficit. Gavin Walker doesn't explode from the outside. The Saints might not win that basketball game, and the Red Knights might have been in the playoffs a little bit sooner, and maybe even in the district playoffs as well. As Rich said, unfortunately for Reading High, that is not going to be the case. The Red Knights are going to get squeezed out of the district playoffs, but they are in the county playoffs with a chance of trying to get back into this county final where they lost to Wilson last year, 54-53. The Saints lost to Wilson in the semifinals a year ago, 59-46. It's Berks Catholic and Reading High. We're going to take another timeout before we get our starting lineups and tip-off when we come back to Santander Arena after this.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
WECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WECU, banking that understands home.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Welcome back to Santander Arena again alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. It's time for us to take a look at our starting lineups as they're about to be introduced here at the arena. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, Taste of Italy, right here in Reading. Red Knights coached by one of their own, Francis Kamara, now in his second season at his alma mater after taking over for Rick Perez. And Francis in his second season is 12-11 this year, 34-22 overall after a run all the way to the state semifinals last year before losing to the eventual state champion in Central York. The Red Knights, a young basketball team with just one senior in their starting mix and then starting lineup, and that's Khalil Samuel, a 6'2 forward, along with 6'8 junior Blake Adams. The guard, Jeremiah Kamara, Francis' son, a 5'9 sophomore. Man, we talked about a moment ago, and 6'2 sophomore Justin DeCastro. And then the point guard, the 6-foot junior Wesley Rosario. Kamara at 13.9. DeCastro, as we talked about, at 13.3. Rosario at 12.8. Samuel at 9.2. Adams, the offensive game has not been coming there yet, but at 6'8", he is a presence in the paint for the Red Knights. Berks Catholic Saints, coached by the Hall of Famer, Snip Essley. 14 seasons since the formation of Berks Catholic High School. He's won 290 games just in that period of time. Overall, 36 seasons. He is one of the top 5 winningest coaches in the state of Pennsylvania all time with 832 wins, 226 losses. He's chasing his 9th Berks County title and 18-4 this season. And he's got forward at Jackson Kozik at 6 foot and a junior, along with Gavin Welker, 6'2" and a junior. Brady Altamar, for the most part, runs the point, 5'9" and a junior. Zach Susky, the lone senior in the starting mix for the Saints, 6 foot tall. And then there's Kingston McCoy, 6'2" junior, the front runner for the player of the year in Berks County at 22.1 points per game. Susky's at 12.6, and then where's the scoring come from beyond those two? Walker's at 7.8, Kozik's at 4.0, and Altamar at just 2.8. It's not a lot of scoring mix for the Saints. However, Rich Garcella, they do have Kingston McCoy.
They have Kingston McCoy, who could score inside and outside, who the Red Knights held scoreless in the first half of their last meeting in late January at Wolf Gymnasium. But I think a key guy tonight is Zach Susky. He scored 20 against Reading High at the Geigel in December in a 21-point win for the Saints, and then had 14 at Wolf Gymnasium in that 62-59 game, won by none other than Kingston McCoy with a little less than 6 seconds left. I agree with Snip Esterly. I agree with Francis Camara. To win this game for Berks Catholic, they need production from someone other than Kingston McCoy. For Reading, I think the key to the game is Wesley Rosario. The more he touches the ball, I think it increases their chances of winning this game.
The officials for our finale, Adonis Fleming, Jay Schmale, and Colin Landis. Catch you up to date very quickly. It started with the Governor Mifflin girls beating Wilson 60-56. In overtime, the Wilson boys beat Governor Mifflin 55-43. And then Reading High upsets the two-time defending county champion Wyomissing Spartans in the other girls semifinal 40-38. Here we go. We are underway here with the Red Knights, the 4 seed in the visiting black with the red and white trim. The Saints in their home white with the gold and black trim. Jackson Kozik batting up inside with Blake Adams. Adams hits the deck. The Red Knights working around the perimeter. Khalil Samuel sees an opening, drives and scores, and the Red Knights lead first.
Nice aggressive move by Khalil Samuel to start off the scoring for the Red Knights.
Samuel also guards Kingston McCoy, who will bring the ball up the floor for Berks Catholic.
And Samuel did a phenomenal job in the first half of their last meeting.
McCoy tries to change that as he drives, but he could not finish. Rosario has the rebound, outlet pass to a leaking Jeremiah Kamara, who rushed his shot and missed it. Brady Altamar hustles down and gets the rebound for the Saints. Around the perimeter for Kozik and now to Susky. Brings out Blake Adams a long way from the basket for the 6'8 junior. Here's McCoy driving, lost the handle, but he was bumped and he was fouled. First foul of the basketball game will go against the Red Knights. And it will be on Blake Adams.
Wow, this is a quality officiating crew. Good to see, because this game is going to be tightly contested.
Inbounds for McCoy. Samuel closes out on him. Now swinging around for Altamar on the right side for Welker. Welker guarded by DeCastro. Gives it up for Kozik, and the Saints very patient. Kozik sets the screen. McCoy goes the other way. Baseline pull-up is short. Deflected out of bounds. It was off of the hands of Blake Adams. It's going to stay Berks Catholic basketball.
So far, no surprise. First 2 shots of the game for Berks Catholic come from Kingston McCoy. He's 0 for 2. Again, the Saints are going to need production from others to win this game.
Susky now has it in front of the Red Knight bench. Kicks it out high for Altamar and swings it around now for McCoy on the left wing. McCoy directing traffic, trying to shake loose of Samuel. Has him on his hip, pulls up for the jumper, in and out, and rebounded by Adams. McCoy off to an 0 for 3 start. Red Knights have it back. They lead it 2-0 in the hands of DeCastro. Going to guard its drive at Susky. Off balance, missed it. Rebounded in a crowd by Zach Susky. Good quick move by Justin DeCastro. Just could not finish. Here's Welker, turns down the 3, goes right at Adams, who rejects it out of bounds.
Terrific block by Blake Adams. It's not a coincidence that Reading's 8-1 since Adams got cleared to play. He's not scored a bunch, but he has been a presence for the Red Knights, and I think he's a bigger factor than a lot of people think.
That one loss was to Berks Catholic. Welker inside, misses it with Rosario defending him. Rosario has it up ahead for Samuel. One more pass, but it's a awkward one. DeCastro ends up picking it up and laying it in.
Yeah, picked up the loose ball. It looked like it was going to be a turnover for the Red Knights. DeCastro picked up the loose ball in the lane and scored.
4-0 Reading High on top. Welker beats the pressure. Now looking for help. Gives it up to Susky right in front of the bench. Got to be careful where you hand off the basketball or the Red Knights are going to trap you. McCoy drives. McCoy, no. Adams in the way.
No doubt about that
and
one.
McCoy misses another. Up ahead for DeCastro. Kick out for Rosario, trailing the pack. Rosario will drive to the corner. Samuel for three. Blocked a piece of it by Susky and well short as a result, and the Saints have it back. Good closeout by Zach Susky. You get a piece of the open three for Samuel. Remains 4-0 Reading High on top. We're inside of 5 minutes left to go, and the Saints have yet scored here in this first quarter. Susky driving. Susky spinning. Spinning again. Up. Blocked by Rosario. It's loose in the paint. Rosario and Susky tied up. It stays Berks Catholic basketball. And Susky's was very close to a 3-second violation as well. First substitution for either side. Freshman Carmelo Harper will come in now for the Saints. 5'10 freshman comes in. Gavin Welker out.
He had 8 points in that first meeting in December, which Berks Catholic won by a score of 73-52. Snip Esserly not afraid to use him. He's got uncanny poise for a freshman.
Didn't think he would be rattled by the presence, the sight, or the team or the opponent. We'll find out. It's good find. Susky finds Harper up and under and home that quickly.
Man, what again, calm, cool, collected, nice pass from Susky to Harper.
Behind the back from Susky to find him. Here's DeCastro as the cutter. Susky cuts off his path. DeCastro trying to back him down, can't do it. Kingston McCoy will take away the outlet pass. McCoy in the open floor, stripped back by Rosario, out of bounds. It'll stay Saint basketball.
Terrific recovery by Wesley Rosario.
First substitution for the Red Knights is Xavier Beatty. Xavier, the 6'3 senior, will come in now, and Blake Adams comes out. That's right around what they do, right around the 4-minute mark. They'll sub out Adams for Beatty. Xavier, tremendous athlete, just committed to play football at Lock Haven. Finished second in the state in the long jump last year in his first year trying out the sport.
Bald Eagles are getting a terrific D-back.
Altamar finds McCoy on the backdoor cut for the slab.
That's got to drive Francis Camara nuts. And, yeah, he's just shaking his head that McCoy got such a free lane to the basket.
With the slam, we're tied at 4. Samuel drives, partially blocked by Harper. Controlled on a loose ball by Kozik, and the Saints have it back. Big-time defensive play there by the freshman to get a piece of that. And the Saints looking for their first lead. 3:40 left to go in the first. Harper, so dangerous. Rosario almost picked it to go the other way. Harper gets it back, and Rosario's right in his grill and stole it away from him. Up ahead for DeCastro in the open floor. Poked away by Susky, loose on the floor off the glass, and McCoy grabbed it and got fouled. It's Samuel on the foul.
It's a first foul it's a second foul, in the game, both on Reading. One on Adams, one on Samuel. Turnover for Reading. Number 2.
Zach Susky's had some quick hands on the defensive side, some very slick defensive plays as he sets a screen here from McCoy. Kozik's left alone underneath. Knocked away by DeCastro. Turnover Saints. Up ahead, Samuel. Wait for Rosario, who drives. Dishes it back. Beatty wasn't waiting for it. Samuel picks up the loose ball. Red Knights still have it.
When Wesley Rosario has the ball, you better be ready because you don't know when it's coming.
Here's Kamar on a clear out with a drive. No. Pulled down on the rebound by Susky. Still 4-4. Now inside of 3 minutes to go. Points have been at a premium so far tonight.
And all 4 games.
Yep.
They got a foul on the floor.
There's Altamar on the drive who got fouled. That's going to be the third team foul on the Red Knights. And this one's going to be on Beatty.
It's on Beatty, yep.
Xavier, whose sister Ziane was part of the Red Knights team. She's a freshman, just beat the Wyomissing Spartans 40-38 in our last game. From behind win for Reading High.
Remember, Reading jumped out to a 22-9 lead in the last meeting between these teams at Wolf Gymnasium, and Berks Catholic came back to win.
Harper with a drive, backdoor look for Kozik, not there, gives it up for Susky instead. Poked away by Rosario, turnover again for the Saints, and a foul on the scramble.
Yeah, Rosario has just such quick hands.
That foul's going to be on Brady Altamar, his first, Saints first. Into the game for Reading High comes sophomore Nelson Malave.
We've
As
seen
Malave takes a breather.
We've seen Malave have his moments. He's come up big in some of these games over the course of this season.
Did a great game against the Bulldogs in West Lawn as Rosario goes inside and a double pump and scores.
Yeah, usually he's looking to dish, but that time he went right to the basket and scored.
Puts the Red Knights back up on top 6-4. 2:10 left in the first. Malave now guarding Kingston McCoy. Interesting matchup there. To the corner for Kozik with a catch and shoot three. No. Susky with a weak side rebound. Kick out for Harper. Fakes the three, drives. Susky will take the three. No. Kozik fighting for another rebound. Kamara comes away with it for the Red Knights. Kamara stutter step, drives, gets called for the foul as Carmelo Harper fouls him, putting Jeremiah Kamara at the free throw line.
Yeah, Reading got its transition game going on that possession. Berks Catholic got back a little bit slow.
Jeremiah Kamara is very good at trying to draw fouls and get himself to the free throw line. He's also a very good free throw shooter at 77%. Looking for his first points at the line tonight. Has it. Gavin Walker now back in for Berks Catholic as Jackson Kozik will come out. Austin DeCastro back in for Reading High.
And Gavin Walker, this is either his last game or his next to last game because he is not eligible for the District 3 playoffs after transferring from Daniel Boone. So Berks Catholic may have a short bench tonight. We'll see. Might only go one or two people deep. That's about it.
Kamara goes 2 for 2. Red Knights have their biggest lead at 8-4. Here's Walker from the baseline. Drives, puts on the brakes, goes around the defender and spins and scores.
Yeah, a real heady play by Walker.
His first two makes it a 2-point game again at 8-6. 1:25 left to go in the first. Malave, DeCastro, Rosario, Kamara, and Beatty, the five on the floor right now for the Red Knights. In the hands now of Rosario, guarded by McCoy. They set the screen. Rosario drives, dumps for Beatty. Not there, but he's fouled. Screen and roll between Rosario and Beatty will send Xavier Beatty to the free throw line to shoot two.
It's going to be on Welker. That's his first, team third.
First free throw from Beatty, not there. He's just a 42% free throw shooter on the season. Second, also no good, so it stays 8-6 Red Knights. Saints have the basketball. 1 minute left to go in the first.
Little half-court trap here by the Red Knights.
Saints get it across half court, then they trap Harper, and they take it away from him. 4 first-quarter turnovers for Berks Catholic. Kamara on the other end fakes the three, kicks it to the corner. Malave will take the three and buried it.
That was with a toe on the NBA line. That was a deep three by Malave from the right corner.
Jeremiah Kamara with the find. Malave with his 9th three of the season puts the Red Knight lead at 5, 11-6. Final 30 of the first quarter. Saints, McCoy, elbow jumper, yes. Silky smooth, Kingston McCoy. Here's an outlet pass for a leak out to Kamara. Up, scoring, and a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be on Altamar, and that's his second.
Jeremiah Kamara leaked out on the made bucket for Kingston McCoy. They found him. Altamar fouls him.
I think that was a pass from Rosario. Who else?
So Kamara back at the free throw line now with a chance to make this a 3-point play. And does. 5 first quarter points for Jeremiah Kamara and a 6-point Reading High lead. 14-8 Red Knights. 19.7 left in the first. Jackson Kozik back in for Berks Catholic. And Brady Altamar with that second foul is going to come out.
Bob, Reading's taken advantage of the inexperience of Harper. They've taken the ball from him twice in the half court. Let's see what happens here in this half court trap.
Again, now 1-2-2, as Rich said. Walker's across half court. Finds Harper, who kicks it back from McCoy with 8. McCoy for 3. Big shot.
Nice find by Harper. Nice shot by McCoy. Here the Red Knights in transition.
Rosario just across half court, hard off the glass, no good, but a good first 8 minutes for the Red Knights. And they lead it after 1. Reading 14, Berks Catholic 11. Take a timeout, back with more high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group live on WEEU in Reading.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Welcome back to Santander Arena. Could use a couple of Diefenbach's potato chips right about this time
now. Yes, you got that right.
Game 4 of this quadruple header. Thanks to Jeff Nolan and Jake Starr for jumping on board with the headsets. We had a little bit of technical difficulties in Game 3, but we worked through that. It's been a long day, but we're going to continue on, and we got 2 more coming tomorrow here from Santander Arena. Rich and I will be back for the girls' championship game. We know that matchup. It's Governor Mifflin Mustangs, the Reading Red Knights, going to meet for the 3rd time this season, this time for the county championship. Wilson boys are in it. Who's going to face the Bulldogs? Reading, Berks Catholic. The Red Knights start with a basketball here in the second. Wesley Rosario drives, misses, rebounded. Red Knights will keep it on the offensive board work. Rosario to step out for 3 instead and got it.
Rosario can hit the 3. If he's open, he's not going to be shy to take it. Again, his forte is his passing, ball handling and passing.
And it's McCoy to match on the other end. No good. Long rebound comes right back to McCoy. Swings it around for Harper, who thought about the 3, then changed his mind. 17-11 Reading High on top. Saints first possession of the second quarter. McCoy inside for Susky. Blocked by Adams. Controlled by the big man. Red Knights have it back.
Susky had the ball down in the post. Just couldn't get over the long arms of Blake Adams.
His second block of the game. Here's DeCastro. Thought about the jumper. Gets it right back. And now he's going to drive, which is what his best thing is. And he scores 2 more.
DeCastro is such a good scorer. Inside and outside, but really effective going to the basket.
He's got 4. The Red Knight lead reaches 8 for the first time. 19-11, 6:40 to go. Susky trapped in a corner, looking for some help. Finally gets it to McCoy, guarded by Malave. Kozik sets the screen. McCoy gets help inside, dumps it for Susky. Too far underneath to do anything. Rosario stripped it away. Up ahead to leaking out. Kamara, who will lay it in for 2 more.
Another assist for Rosario. Another transition basket for the Red Knights.
Lead reaches 10 for Reading High. 21-11. Timeout on the floor. The Saints will call the timeout. Snip Besley seeing this one slide away from him. Calls the timeout with 6:18 to go in the second quarter. And the deficit for Berks Catholic reaches 10.
Well, we saw Reading take a 22-9 lead against Berks Catholic at Wolf Gymnasium the last time these two teams played. And then we saw Berks Catholic, Reading got a little disjointed offensively, and we saw Berks Catholic get back in it, made a late push in the final minutes of the second quarter. I don't think it can happen again. I think they can't let Reading get away from them here. I think these next few minutes here, next 2 or 3 minutes, are going to be really critical for Berks Catholic. They can't let Reading get a bigger lead than maybe 12 or 13 points. Right now it's 10.
And they can't turn it over and give the Red Knights opportunities to run the floor. And Kamara has been leaking out.
Yep.
He's got 7. The lead reaches 10.
Now full court pressure from the Red Knights coming out of the timeout.
Carmelo Harper, Gavin Welker, Kingston McCoy, Jackson Kozik, Zach Susky, the 5 for the Saints. And ultimately it's McCoy who takes it across half court. Finds Kozik for Harper, for Kozik, for Susky. inside, not there. DeCastro got a piece of it. He's got the rebound as well. The Red Knights have it back.
Yeah, it looked like Susky was going to have an open layup, and DeCastro just got the block.
So the Red Knights with a 10-point lead have the basketball. Jeremiah Kamara, Wesley Rosario, Justin DeCastro. Kamara drives inside and somehow scores two.
Yeah, I was wondering. He drove into traffic and managed to put the shot up, and it fell.
A 9-0 Red Knight run makes it a 12-point Reading lead, and now a bump and a foul against Nelson Malave.
I thought Brady Altomar in that last Reading Berks Catholic game did a really good job handling the ball, and I think Berks Catholic missed that the last several minutes with him on the bench. He's back in the game now for Susky.
Khalil Samuel also back in for the Red Knights. Kenyon Sheriff, 5'10 senior, comes into the game for the first time for Reading. McCoy trying to take matters into his own hand.
Man,
drives right by Blake Adams, scores, and gets fouled by Adams.
And that's Adams' second foul. That's could be big and might get him out of the game. What a pretty move. A hesitation step and then just flew right by Adams.
Among everything else he does well, Kingston McCoy's also a 77% free throw shooter. He's already got 9 in the game. That's 9 ahead of what he had at the first meeting, and he misses the free throw. So it's a 23-13 game now in favor of Reading High. And that bucket by McCoy ends the 9-0 Red Knight run. Rosario, stutter step, drives, dumps it. Sheriff too far underneath to do anything. Gives it back to Samuel to the corner. Rosario's open for 3 again. This one is short. Adams, weak side rebound. Steps inside, lost the handle on it, out of bounds to the Saints.
Yeah, I actually thought he got away with a traveling. I thought he shuffled his feet after getting the rebound. But regardless, it's Berks Catholic's ball.
Sophomore Johnny Giesa will check into the game. 6'4", 10th grader will come in, and Jackson Kozik out. 5:11 left to go in the first half. Red Knight lead is 10. Saints have the basketball. McCoy trapped, gives it up for Harper. For Giesa, and back for Harper, and to McCoy. Giesa sets the screen. They still fight through it. Trap it. Give it up for Welker, who sees an opening. Drives to the corner. Giesa thought about it, decided not to. McCoy won't think about it. He'll shoot the 3 short. Welker flies in and grabs the offensive rebound for the Saints. Welker left alone on NBA range 3 is well off the mark. McCoy has the rebound. Kingston back up through traffic. No. Gets his own rebound, and this time he will not miss.
Yeah, Kingston McCoy near the basket is very dangerous.
He's got 11. The lead is now 8, 23-15.
He's got 11 of the Saints' 15. It speaks to the fact what we said before the game. They need production from other people as well.
On the flip side of that, Red Knights have gotten offense from 5 different people so far. Here's Rosario dribbling himself into a mess, but he got fouled. And that foul is going to be called on Johnny Giesa. His first, Saints first. Adams out, Beatty back in at the halfway mark of period number 2.
Yeah, I think Francis Camara wanted to get to that 4-minute mark or so to keep Adams in the game, and he did. Now we'll go to the bench with 2 fouls.
To the corner, a long 3 by Sheriff is an air ball right into the hands of Giesa. So here comes the Saints back the other way on a 4-0 run, trying to chip away at the Red Knight lead. Altamar to the corner for Welker. Baseline, nothing there. Back out high for McCoy. Guarded again by Samuel. He goes by Samuel, gets him on his hip. Help defensively. McCoy still gets to the rack, but he missed and got fouled.
Got by Samuel, then Sheriff helped, and McCoy still got to the basket and was fouled.
It's on Sheriff, his first, Red Knights' third, putting McCoy back at the stripe. Where he's 0 for 1 so far. And misses the first. Very uncharacteristic. As I said, 77% free throw shooter of the season. McCoy now with 11 points in the game. That puts him at 888 in his career with another year yet to play. And he makes the second. And of course, Kingston lost a significant chunk of last year with the leg injury that happened against the Red Knights at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. It's 1 out of 2 here, makes it a 5-0 Berks Catholic run, makes it a 7-point Reading High lead. 23-16, 3:20 left in the half. Again, Rosario drives himself off balance, left-hander, no. McCoy has the rebound. two Red Knights are down. Berks Catholic doesn't look to push, and Reading High recovers. McCoy, one-on-one with Samuel. Stutter step, dribble, spin, missed. Gets his own rebound, put back, and yes.
Wow, what an effort by Kingston McCoy.
Right now, just willing the Saints back in it. The Saints are on a 7-0 run, and Kingston McCoy has them all. 2:50 left in the second. 23-18, Red Knights on top. Kamara off balance from the right elbow. No, and Gisa with a good box out comes down with a rebound for Berks Catholic.
I think Reading's gotten away from what it did to build a lead. Moving the ball, unselfish play. It's just like it happened the last meeting in the second quarter. They got away from what allowed them to build a big lead.
2:25 left in the half. Back in the hands of McCoy, now guarded by Rosario. Clear out, McCoy drives, lost the handle, gives it up for Gisa, who gives it right back to Kingston in the corner. Going to pop for three, no. Rebound by Beatty, and a foul in the process. Beatty in traffic got fouled, and it's, I believe, on Carmelo Harper. That's going to be his second. Justin DeCastro back in now for Reading High. Nelson Malave also back in for the Red Knights as Sheriff and Samuel come out. Those, by the way, are the only two seniors on the Reading High roster.
I think, Kingston McCoy has some blood on his arm that the officials call it a timeout.
So the official timeout comes with 2:10 left to go in the first half. Reading went on a 9-0 run to push their lead out to 23-11. Saints have pushed back for 7 straight to cut it to a 5-point game. And as Rich said, that magic number for Reading High, the last meeting at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, the Red Knights opened it up at 22-9 before Berks Catholic reversed that in the second quarter. It was 23-11 here.
But unlike the last meeting, Kingston McCoy didn't score in the first half. Tonight, he's got 14 of their 18 points.
He's got all 7 of them in this run and in this second quarter. So McCoy bandaged up. We're back and ready to roll. Zach Susky's going to check back in now for the Saints, and Carmelo Harper out. Just picked up his second foul. 2:10 to go in the half. Red Knights with a basketball and a 5-point lead. Rosario, Kamara, goes the opposite way of the DeCastro screen, who now comes back and sets another screen for Jeremiah, who drives off balance at the rim and made it.
Not surprised he's been a little aggressive here the last couple trips with Altamar guarding him because Altamar has 2 fouls. He's trying to pick up Brady's 3rd foul.
Kamara instead now is in double figures for the 15th time this season, and that ends the 7-0 Saint run, makes it a 7-point lead. Susky to change that for 3. It spins out, halfway down and out. Rosario with his head up the floor to Kamara, fakes the 3. Now gives it back to Rosario with 1:20 left to go in the half. Beatty thought about going by Gisa, gives it back for DeCastro, who takes a look back and sees what Francis Kamara wants them to do. 1:05 left to go in the first half. The Red Knights on top, 25-18.
Red Knights don't appear to be in any hurry going to the basket, but here we
Rosario
go.
dumps it for Beatty, who missed it. It spun out on him, tried to save it, and it was last touched by Beatty out of bounds to Berks Catholic. Great find again by Rosario. It just spun out on Xavier Beatty. Jackson Kozik will now check back in for the Saints, and Susky will come out. 54.9 left to go in period number 2.
Step Ashley gave Mr. Susky an earful over something. I'm not sure what, but he pointed at the defensive end, of course.
Brady Altamar will bring it up the floor, hounded by Kamara. And he traveled.
Nope.
No, offensive foul.
Push off.
Try to get a little space. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, that's his 3rd. That's a big 3rd foul on Brady Altamar, Saints point guard.
So he'll come out. Carmelo Harper in. So senior out, freshman in. Actually, junior out. Excuse me, for Brady Altamar. He is a junior. 42.5. The Red Knights have it back. I would think Francis Kamara would like to hold here, but
I would think they're going to try to hold, but we'll see.
With a 7-point lead. Castro sets the screen. Rosario off that screen, drives in, off balance. No, so much for that theory. And Johnny Gisa and the Saints have it back. That was a good theory for about 3 seconds, and then it wasn't.
I got to think BC's going to hold the ball here because I think Snip Esterly would be okay. Oh, there you go.
Kingston McCoy dribbled it off his foot. They turn it over. Back loose come the Red Knights. DeCastro off balance with the finish.
5 seconds left.
Kozik up ahead for Welker. One more pass. Is it good?
Basket. No.
They took the one more pass for the layup to Johnny Gisa, but it was after the buzzer. And so the Reading High Red Knights, with the steal and the bucket on the other end by Justin DeCastro, head to the locker room with a 9-point advantage. After 2, Reading 27, Berks Catholic 18. Take a timeout. Back with a Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
WECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WECU, banking that understands home.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. The Reading Red Knights on top of the Berks Catholic Saints by a score of 27-18. We were very close early on, but the Red Knights started to pull away at the end of the first quarter. And it continued on what turned into a 9-point Red Knight advantage to push it to a 9-0 run, to push it to a 23-11 lead. Kingston McCoy fought back with a 7-0 run all by his lonesome to get it to a 5-point lead. But ultimately, the Saints with a couple of turnovers, Rich, Reading High takes advantage of it, and they lead it by 9 at the break.
It's something we talked about before the game. For Berks Catholic to win, they need production from other players. Right now, Kingston McCoy is carrying the whole load. He's got 14 points, 14 of the 18 points for the Saints. Just a 2 by Gavin Welker in the first quarter and a 2 by Carmelo Harper. That's it from the other Saints. Reading had much more balanced scoring, and that's the reason why they're ahead 27-18 at the half.
We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, Jeff Nolan is on the floor with the winning coach, Rashida Suber, who beats the Wyomissing Spartans, and a guest as well. We'll take a timeout. Back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show right after this.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
We're back with our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. This is game 4 of this quadruple header. Game 3 went to the Red Knights. Game 2 at halftime, Reading High on top, 27-18. Again, game 3, Reading High beats Wyomissing by a final score of 40-38. And on the floor is Jeff Nolan with winning coach Rashida Suber, Yamalex Rodriguez. Jeff, take it away.
Oh, thank you so much. And this is going to be a fun one, Coach. I'm going to talk to Lex first, if you don't mind. And, hey, this is a return performance here by Lex Rodriguez over here. Hey, take me through those final couple buckets, especially the go-ahead bucket.
I knew that, time was running out and we needed to score, so I just was doing whatever I could to score the ball or just create plays for my teammates.
So you told me once before psychology is going to be a major, right? There was a lot of physicality, but how much of that game was psychological?
A big part of it. I knew that us staying together was going to be a major key and just staying disciplined. So my biggest thing was just keeping our squad together mentally. And I think I did a good job of that.
Last time I asked you, what was it like to be a Red Knight? After this, what's it like to be a Red Knight?
It's amazing to be a Red Knight, and I wouldn't want to be anything else.
All right, Lex, thanks so much, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
That is Lex Rodriguez. She had the winning bucket. She had the last 4 points. Well, here's the head coach with me. And, Rashida, you asked your seniors to lead and be poised and do everything right. And they showed up for you tonight, didn't they?
Yes, they weathered the storm. They came out with heart and determination. They stayed together and played together the whole entire game. And that's all I can ask for.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize for that voice because I know it's been worked really hard here. So let's talk a little bit about you're down 9 in the first half. You're down 9 in the second half. I kept on saying you keep on getting up off the canvas. Why is that?
Basketball's about a game of runs. And, we weathered the storm. And like I said, if we could continue to put pressure on it and the guards balled in, we pressured the ball. We kept it hard for Maya. But like I said, when she gets down in the post, what can you really do with it? But if we focus on pressure on the guards, it made it harder for her to get the ball.
All right, you told me you were going to go 15 deep. Whether it was 15 players or 15 in spirit, did you get 15?
Yeah, we got 15 in spirit. Sometimes in the momentum of the game, you can't get everybody in the game that you want to. Maybe I can start getting them in earlier, and then it'll work it out. But, I got a bench, and they cheered us on, and, I could sub it anytime I want to, which is the beauty of having a deep bench. But like I said, they're younger kids, so, the experience should be enough for them.
What's this win mean for you?
It's a great job. I'll take it as a great job, but the job's not done yet.
Congratulations, Coach. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Reading Red Knights. Now looking to go for it, the doubleheader sweep, if you will. And this the final game. Reading High on top in game 2, 27-18. We'll take a timeout. Back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. After this, you'll listen to high school basketball on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. No matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. Here are the individual numbers. Jeremiah Kamara leads the way for Reading High. He's got 11. 6 for Justin DeCastro, 5 for Wesley Rosario, 3 for Nelson Malave, and 2 for Khalil Samuel. For the Saints, it's been Kingston McCoy trying to keep Berks Catholic in it. He's got 14 of their 18. Gavin Welker with 2, Carmelo Harper with 2 for the Saints, and that's it. 27-18 is our score. Reading High on top. And, Rich, we'll go back to what we talked about. Who else is going to step up for Kingston McCoy? It's going to be hard to beat the Reading High Red Knights without some help, and that's shown itself through at least 2 quarters of play.
Yeah, I mean, 1 basket from Gavin Welker and 1 basket from Carmelo Harper, and that's it. And also, it's allowing Reading to double and sometimes triple team Kingston McCoy and making things even harder for him. He has worked his tail off to get those 14 points. They have not come easily. He's 6 for 15 from the field. The rest of the Saints, 2 for 10.
The start of our second half is brought to you by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Again, game 1 tomorrow night. The girls' game will be on the air at 5:45 here from Santander Arena, and we'll have the video coverage that you've been enjoying all night long as well on 8:30 WEEU Sports on YouTube. You can also find it on Facebook Live as well. However you consume it, we're here for you. It'll be it'll be Reading High against Wilson in the girls' game. It'll be the Wilson boys. Let me try this again. It'll be Governor Mifflin against Reading High in game 1. It'll be Wilson against the winner of this one in game 2. Carmelo Harper starts on the floor for the Saints here in the second half, but he turns it over. Saints turn it over on their first possession. Red Knights have it back.
That's interesting that Snip Esterly had Harper handle the basketball with Altamar on the bench with 3 fouls and not Kingston McCoy or even Zach Susky.
Jeremiah Kamara, Wesley Rosario, Justin DeCastro, Blake Adams, and Khalil Samuels. Rosario almost lost it. DeCastro there to pick it back up. Try to get it to Rosario. Good defense by Harper, knocked it out of bounds. First minute of quarter number 3, Reading High 27, Berks Catholic 18. Rosario inbounds for Samuel, fakes the 3, drives, dumps it for Blake Adams off the glass. No. Rebounded by Kozik, loose on the floor, picked up by DeCastro, stripped by Kozik, picked up by Harper.
That's the first time I think that we've seen Blake Adams play, that he just kind of flung the ball at the rim instead of going up strong.
McCoy, they flash out at him. Adams went for the steal and got called for the foul. That's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah, that's a easy call on that play. He bumped into Kingston McCoy trying to get the steal. I think Xavier Beatty is coming in to get Blake Adams out.
So a substitute a little earlier than norm for the Red Knights. Again, they usually do it about the halfway mark of the quarter. This one comes at 6:52 after Adams picks up that 3rd. McCoy.
Double team by Beatty and Samuel.
McCoy trying to work out of that double team. Now he needs to find a teammate. Welker finds Kozik, finds Susky, finds a layup.
Great look, great ball movement by the Saints to get the layup.
So the Red Knights overplay McCoy, and they end up with a layup for Susky. His first points of the game makes it a 7-point difference. Hosting up down low is DeCastro, off-balance shot, no, and Susky has the rebound. Saints back the other way, down by 7. Harper will take it across half court. Thought about stopping, decides to drive, misses. Kozik's follows, no good. Samuel pulls it away for Reading High, up ahead for Rosario. Inside for Beatty, goes through his hands. It's loose on the floor. Saints try to save it, could not. It's going to be Reading High basketball. With that, Johnny Gisa will come in. Jackson Kozik out for Berks Catholic. 6:07 left in the 3rd. And the lead is 7 for Reading High.
Just remember, the last time these two teams played, Reading had a 5-point halftime lead after a late surge by Berks Catholic in the second quarter. This time it was 9, and now it's down to 7.
DeCastro drives, kicks it for Kamara, who decides not to take the shot. Now he'll drive and kick it back for Beatty, who gives it back for DeCastro. Drives, spins, can't finish. Gisa pulls down the rebound for the Saints.
Gisa has given the Saints a nice lift off the bench. 6'3",
Yeah.
Keeps getting taller. 6'3", sophomore.
He's like about 3 inches taller in the beginning of the year. Saints have it. Welker almost lost it. Rosario hounding him. Gives it up for McCoy and right back to Welker. Drives by a defender, stops, plants. McCoy cuts, bad pass, turnover for Saints. Up ahead for Beatty, who will miss the dunk. Rebounded by Welker. Back the other way comes Berks Catholic. McCoy spins. McCoy misses. Rebounded by DeCastro. Ball loose on the floor. Welker gets it back. Ahead for McCoy. Missed it again. Rebounded by Beatty. Up ahead. DeCastro drives. Blocked by Susky.
Block, all the way, block.
DeCastro slow to get up.
A lot of action. A lot of.
Good look inside. Blocked by Rosario, but a foul. Susky will shoot 2.
A lot of end-to-end action. A lot of contact at both ends.
Well, officials are letting them play, and the teams are trying to take advantage of it. Zach Susky's going to go to the free throw line after Wesley Rosario's first foul.
We're at 4:34 here in the third quarter. Reading has not scored yet.
Susky misses the first of 2 free throws. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Saints are just 1 out of 4 at the free throw line so far. They're 75% as a team. And Susky makes the adjustment on the second one, makes the shot, makes it a 6-point game at the same time, 27-21. 4:25 left to play in the third. Rosario off the DeCastro screen will pull up for the jumper instead, hard off the back iron. Ball loose on the floor, and again, it ends up in the hands of Johnny Giesa.
Yeah, he's got 6 rebounds off the bench.
Welker will wait for help, and the Saints will run their offense, trying to chip away at a 6-point deficit.
It's really something that Snip Esterly has faith in the freshman handling the ball.
Pulls up for a jumper and rattled it home.
And the lead has gone from 12 to 4. Reading still has not scored in the third quarter.
We were wondering how Carmelo Happer would handle it. Snip didn't seem to be phased.
No, he did not.
Now we know why. He buries the jumper to pull the Saints to within 4, 27-23. 3:40 left in the third. DeCastro posting up. Giesa ran into him, a foul.
It's Giesa's second, team first.
Not a shooting foul. Red Knights to inbound underneath. Nelson Malave on the floor for Reading High, along with Rosario, Kamara, DeCastro, and Beatty. Kamara will be the inbound underneath the Reading High hoop. To the backdoor look for Malave, catch and shoot 3. Hit the top of the backboard into the hands of McCoy.
Again, Bob, Reading discombobulated on offense. We've seen these stretches by the Red Knights.
Harper tied up by Rosario. Jump ball will give it over to Reading High.
We've seen these stretches by the Red Knights. We saw it at Wolf Gymnasium late last month. They just get out of sync offensively. Their defense is always strong, but they get out of sync and they go through these droughts.
They get it back now after the tie-up. Turns it back to the Red Knights with 3:15 left to go in the third period. Kamara with the basketball, guarded by Harper. Sophomore, guarded by a freshman. Post up is DeCastro, guarded by Susky. Bodying for position, trying to get himself inside. Good ball movement. Rosario did not take the shot. Works it back for Kamara, who'll take a long 3. That's an air ball.
Kamara was getting a little itchy. He had not attempted a shot yet in the third quarter. That one was a little from too deep. Didn't get the rim.
Ends up in the hands of the Red Knight cheerleaders underneath the basket standard and back in the hands of Kingston McCoy with 2:50 left in the third.
It's the first time that he's bringing the ball up the court for the Saints.
Gets a step, goes inside, misses again. He ends up on the deck. Rosario, great bounce pass to Castro, blocked and fouled by Giesa. That's a good foul by Giesa.
Yeah, Rosario is just so good seeing the whole court. His vision and his passing is just exceptional.
Justin DeCastro will end up at the free throw line on the foul. So Giesa with the foul, his third, but he makes DeCastro earn it at the stripe instead. DeCastro, a 78% free throw shooter. Both these two teams are really good at the line. They really are. 75% for Berks Catholic, 72% for Reading High. And DeCastro on cue is perfect on the first.
Altamar back in for Giesa for Berks Catholic.
Exchange of players with 3 personals. DeCastro with 7 now on the game and looking for 1 more. And makes them both. And with that, timeout called on the floor with 2:39 left to go. We'll take a quick breather as well. Red Knight lead is back up to 6 when we come back with 2:39 left in the third. 29-23 Reading High. More high school basketball on WEEU after this.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
2 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Reading High Red Knights, after the 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Justin DeCastro, lead the Berks Catholic Saints by a score of 29-23. Again, tomorrow night, girls game is at 6. The boys game is at 8. We'll have both of them here on our doubleheader from Santander Arena, and of course on the video coverage as well. Saints with a basketball. McCoy inside for Welker and 2.
That's a strong layup by Welker. Great feed, great ball movement.
Pulls the Saints back to within 4. DeCastro quickly up to the rim and the other side. You're going to wave off the bucket, say on the floor. DeCastro is fouled by Susky. Yep, that's his first. Saints third, so it's not a shooting foul. Red Knights underneath, on top by 4. It's action inside. Eventually, Camaro comes out. Castro is holding it for a while. Finds Beatty at the foul line, who drives inside. Dumps it for Kamara, who lays it in.
Really nice find by Beatty to Kamara.
13 now for Jeremiah Kamara. The lead back up to 6 with 2 minutes to go in the third. Red Knights extend the defense. McCoy across half court. I'm trying to avoid the trap. It's knocked out of bounds. It stays Saint basketball. They're trapping Kingston McCoy every opportunity they can.
Doubling and triple teaming him, and that's exactly what I would do too if I was coaching against him, because he's that important to the Saints.
Trying to get the ball out of his hands. He's got it again. Here comes the trap for Welker in the corner. Sees a baseline move. Help defensively. Dumps it for Susky, who lays it in and is fouled from behind. Zach Susky with 2 more. Good find by Welker. And Susky back to the stripe. Fouls on Rosario is his second. Red Knights third. Susky try to make this a 3-point play.
Saints hanging around. Again, they were down 12 in the first half. They have a chance here to cut it to 3. And do.
31-28. The biggest difference we had all day in this quadruple header was Wilson Governor Mifflin boys, and that was in overtime. It's 55-43. Beatty looks for the Castro and DeCastro, blocked by Susky, out of bounds off DeCastro. Wow. Saints are going to get it back.
What a defensive play by Susky, and Susky's got a couple blocks here in this game.
So with the turn back to the Saints, down by 3. Chance to cut it to 1 or tie it with a 3. Susky deflected, taken away by the Red Knights.
Red Knights get the ball right where they want it, on the sideline.
Almost gave it away. Beatty regathers underneath, kicks it around for Malave in front of the Reading High bench, and back to Rosario, who resets. Rosario drives into traffic, off balance, and he'll shoot 2, I believe.
I'm not sure, Bob. It's going to be on McCoy.
Underneath.
It's going to be.
It's on
Welker. It's on Welker. I thought it was on McCoy.
So it's his second, team's 4th. So the next one will put the Saints on the line.
Reading with just 4 points here in the third quarter. Berks Catholic's defense has got the Saints back in this game. It's down to 3.
Inside of a minute to go. Kamara drives off balance. No. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Gavin Welker. It'll stay Reading basketball with 47.3 left in the third.
Yeah, Berks Catholic has really turned up the notch on defense. It's been an exceptional quarter for them defensively, because Reading has just 1 field goal, and that was from Kamara.
Khalil Samuel check back in. Nelson Malave out. Backdoor look for Beatty, and it's 2. Rosario on the inbound.
Welker turned his back, and by then it's too late when Rosario's passing the ball.
First bucket for Xavier Beatty puts the Red Knights back up by 5 with the final 35 of the third quarter. Altamar drives to the baseline for Susky. Back to McCoy. There's the double team. There's a triple team and a fourth.
They had 4 defenders on McCoy on that play, and it's going to be a foul on one of them.
He scored, but before it was a foul, it's going to be Beatty.
Yeah.
That'll be Xavier's second, Red Knights' fourth. So the next one will put the Saints on the line, but there's only 23.6 left to go in the third quarter. Ready? Berks Catholic will inbound underneath for McCoy. Now guarded by Kamara. It's only a matter of time until he sees another Reading High defender. There comes Samuel for Altamar. There's a trap. Gives it up for Welker. Now he's trapped in front of the bench. Lost his balance. Gives it to McCoy, and there's a travel.
Yeah, Reading is allowing the pass along the sideline because that helps their defense trap the Saints. And that's 3 turnovers in the last couple of minutes that the Red Knights have gotten right along the sideline.
I've got 5 Saint turnovers here in the third.
I got 6.
So there you go. There's drive inside, and Beatty gets the 2 from Rosario to beat the buzzer. Wesley Rosario with another dish to Xavier Beatty. That's how Reading High scores its last 4 points of the quarter to change a 3-point game to a 7-point Reading High advantage. There's 8 minutes left to go, and the final ticket to the county championships will be decided when we get back. It's Reading 35, Berks Catholic 28.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Here we go. 4 games comes down to the fourth quarter here on WE tonight. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Reading High 35, Berks Catholic 28. As we start the fourth, it'll be Saint basketball beginning period number 4.
Good news for the Saints in the third quarter. They got scoring from others, Zach Susky especially with 6.
Here's Harper, baseline for 3, no. Rebounded on the other side by Gavin Welker. Trapped along the baseline, knocked out of bounds by Reading High. Saints will keep it.
The bad news for the Saints is that Kingston McCoy went scoreless in that third quarter.
But the Saints outscore Reading High 10-8 in that quarter, but they're down by 7 as we start the fourth with the basketball. Altamar around for Welker. Now back to Altamar and around the left side for Harper and right back to McCoy. Guarded now by Beatty, who scored the last 4 points for Reading High. McCoy dumps it for a corner 3 for Altamar, no good. They crashed the glass and a foul on the crash. And that's going to be a Welker, I believe. It's going to be his third. First foul in the fourth. Red Knights will get their first possession now here in quarter number 4.
Well, we haven't talked about it much, but Reading knows that its season ends tonight
the next
or
loss.
tomorrow night.
Yep, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
This is it. This is their season, and they're playing like it for the most part, especially in the defensive end.
Reading High finished 17th in the District 3 6A rankings. The top 16 get in. And here's Rosario working his magic as he dumps it inside, and DeCastro will score 2 more.
Yeah, you can't double and triple team Rosario because he's going to find whoever's open.
DeCastro now in double figures with 10. McCoy trying to do his thing. Dumps it off at the end for Altamar, and that's a layup.
Yeah, nice look by McCoy. Rosario, by the way, 5 assists.
First field goal for Brady Altamar puts it back to a 7-point Reading High advantage. 37-30, Knights on top. Kamara on the clear out, drives on Altamar, spins, puts it off balance, but scores again.
Kamara is willing the ball to go in the basket. He's had a couple of them that have fallen for him.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of jump shots tonight for Jeremiah Kamara. He's been forcing the ball inside and scoring, and he's got 15 points, and the lead is 9 again. McCoy gives it up for Harper to the corner. Welker for 3. No. Long rebound is gathered up by Samuel. The Red Knights have it back. Rosario in the open floor. Tries a no-look pass. Deflected by Susky. Loose on the floor. Last touch by Welker. Reading High basketball. 6:04 left to go. Berks Catholic will continue into the District 3 playoffs. They'll take on number 8 seed Bishop McDevitt 1 week from tonight at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. Rosario, the inbounder for Samuel, who gives it right back to Rosario. Inside of 6 minutes to go. Rosario not in a hurry. McCoy trying to get it loose from him. Elbow jumper, Rosario, no. Rebounded by Susky. Saints back the other way. Red Knight lead is 9. Ball in the hands of Kingston McCoy in the Saint front court. To Welker. Stripped by Kamara. Loose. Kamara takes it away. Kamara in the open floor will lay it in. Lead reaches double digits for the Red Knights. 41-30.
Time running out here on the Saints. They got to cut it to about 5 or 6 here in the next minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Harper sees an opening. Carmelo Harper will dice his way through for 2. And a timeout called by the Saints. 41-32. Carmelo Harper now with 6 points. Reading High's lead is 9 when we come back to Santander Arena. 5:09 left to go. It's Reading 41, Berks Catholic 32.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Following the Berks Catholic timeout, it'll be Reading High basketball with the Knights on top by 9, 41-32. Big night tonight for Jeremiah Kamara, leading the way for Reading High with 17 points.
And not 1 3.
No, that is true.
Yeah, he's gone to the basket strongly. And he's had like 2 or maybe 3 or 4 shots that have fallen in for him.
3-point shot has not been a strong suit of Reading High. With Nelson Malave's 3 tonight, they have 58 on the season. There's a drive by Kamara, off-balance shot. No, ball loose on the floor. And Beatty and Harper dive on it. They'll go to the possession arrow, which will keep it Reading High basketball. Just to give you a perspective of that, as I said, 58 threes. We did the extra on Monday night. Brady Murray had 64.
Yeah, Reading does not take a lot of 3-point shots. Kamara, though, is their best 3-point shooter.
41-32, Reading High with the basketball. Following the possession arrow, they inbound. Samuel, Kamara, DeCastro, Beatty, and Rosario for Reading High. Rosario hounded by McCoy. Dribbles left, fakes left, goes right, and a push and a foul.
It's going to be on McCoy.
Just
has to be.
Second in the quarter. First on Kingston McCoy. Red Knights will inbound underneath. Still 4:39 left to play. Red Knights can afford to be patient. Castro, the quarterback, directing people out. DeCastro dumps it from Rosario for 2.
Another assist for Wesley Rosario. Another basket for Justin DeCastro.
Back up to double digits, an 11-point Reading High lead. And Rosario knocked that one out of bounds. It'll stay Berks Catholic basketball. 4 minutes and change left to go in this one. Time growing short for the Saints. McCoy still hasn't scored here in the second half. After a 14-point first half. Susky drives, stops, kicks. One more pass. Bryce Gumby just checked into the game and rattles home a 3.
Keeping Berks Catholic in it.
And the Red Knights turn it over across half court.
That's just their 6th turnover of the night, 3rd in the second half.
43-35, halfway through the fourth. 3:50 to be exact left to go.
Another three here by the Saints might make things interesting.
Gumby has it, fakes the three, drives for two. Count the bucket and a foul, I believe. Are they going to wave it off?
They're going to call it on the floor.
Foul is going to be on DeCastro.
But that's its first team foul, right? Yeah.
Yep. And so the Saints, as Rich said, will inbound underneath as they say the foul was before the bucket. Still a good move by Bryce Gumby.
Sure was.
Giving them a little offense here in this fourth quarter after checking in. Susky has it in the corner, comes out high, gives it up for McCoy. McCoy trying to work his magic. Step back for three is short. Rebounded by Rosario.
Every time Kingston McCoy gets the ball, all eyes of the Reading players are on him.
Rosario dumps it for Beatty and gets it right back. It was deflected out of bounds by Gumby. It's going to be Reading High basketball.
No, maybe
now
not.
The officials are going to talk this over.
I was blocked out. I don't know what happened. And they changed the call. Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but one of the other officials who had a better view of the play overruled the official who made the call.
I give Wesley Rosario credit. He wanted him to go to the video board for the replay.
Yeah.
We don't have that's a no-no.
That's
a few years down the road.
Yeah.
Here's Bryce Gumby. Gives it up for Harper. Saints are down by 8. McCoy, floater, no, still can't find the bottom. Long rebound, run out, it's Beatty in the open floor, will miss the layup. Fight for the rebound. Still loose, and Susky picks it up for Berks Catholic. Harper across half court with 2:50 to go in the ball game. Gives it for Altamar. Swings it around. Gumby had the three, going to take it. No. Rebounded by Altamar. Saved out for Harper. Tied up by Rosario. Jump ball. Possession arrow will stay Saint basketball. Good hands by Rosario there to tie him up.
Yeah, Reading's hands everywhere. You can't get comfortable if you have the basketball because they're coming right at you.
Timeout going to be called now by the Red Knights with 2:36 left to go in the ball game. Reading High's lead is 8, 43-35. Reading High on top.
Bob, those two baskets by Xavier Beatty at the end of the third quarter, which extended the lead to 7 going into the fourth quarter. I think there are leading candidates for the two plays of the game because that kind of gave Reading momentum, especially the last one where Wesley Rosario found Beatty right before the buzzer.
First one was on an inbounds pass,
yes,
and then that next one was a dump off on the drive by Rosario. Changed it from a 31-28 game to a ultimately 35-28 game at the end of three quarters. 7-point difference. It's an 8-point difference right now for the Red Knights.
And it's been an uphill climb for the Saints ever since those two baskets.
2:36 left to go. Both teams still have 3 timeouts left. McCoy driving on Samuel, drives past him, finishes with the left hand. There's the 2. And a timeout quickly called by Berks Catholic as Kingston McCoy gets his first 2 points of the second half. He did have 14 in the first, and he pulls the Saints to within 5 with 2:27 left to go.
And keeping them in it, keeping them on the fringes. Down 6 with 2:27, as Bob said. They need to stop, and they need to stop in a hurry.
So the Berks Catholic Saints call one of their remaining timeouts. So they've got 2 left. Red Knights still have 3 left. No real foul situation problems for either team. Reading High's committed 1 team foul here in the fourth. Berks Catholic's committed 2.
Yeah, Adams, who's not in the game for Reading, has 3 fouls. You have 3 players with 3 fouls from Berks Catholic: Gavin Welker, Brady Altamar, and Johnny Gisa.
Yeah, a lot of people have enjoyed our video coverage tonight on our 830 WEEU Sports YouTube, with all part of what we've done here with the Treese Media Group taking over WEEU, giving you the visuals as well as the audio, as we've done for so many years on the radio side. Now we've expanded that coverage, and we'll have the same tomorrow night with our county championship doubleheader. Girls game is at 6. The boys game is at 8. We'll have it all for you here at WEEU, and then we'll spin the tables into the District 3 playoffs, and we'll get that rolling on Tuesday night as well. And we will have video coverage of the district playoffs as well here on 830 WEEU in Reading and our 830 WEEU Sports YouTube page. Following the timeout, the Saints will pick up full court. They're down by 6 with 2:27 left to go in the ballgame. Cross half court comes to Castro for the Red Knights. Puts on the brakes, gives it back for Samuel. Here comes the trap for Berks Catholic. Samuel's tied up, and a timeout called, I believe, by Reading High to avoid the takeaway.
You got that right. That was almost a turnover or a 5-second count or a steal by Zach Susky. But Francis Kamara got the timeout.
So the coach calls the timeout from the bench with 2:18 left to go.
I guess you're implying that you don't like that, Bob?
I didn't imply it. I will tell you that I don't. But I will tell you that I don't. As I've mentioned this, it's been a pet peeve of mine forever. I just don't think that the coach should be able to bail out a player from across the floor. Your defense does what you want them to do. You get a trap.
They had the trap.
Players can call the timeout. And I think I think the players should have to call that timeout on the floor. I don't think the coach should be able to bail them out. That's what you're trying to do. You did your job as a defender. And now it's up to the offensive player to call the timeout. But instead, the coach calls it, and that's the way it is. Every coach, by the way, when I tell them I think they should change that rule, looks at me like I got 3 heads. Because they love to control, that's why.
And this isn't even football. Because we know how football coaches love to control things.
You got that right. 2:18 left to go.
Especially the one whose team I cover.
Reading High basketball following the Red Knight timeout. Inbounds for Rosario. McCoy chases him into the backcourt. Rosario using his body to screen off McCoy from the dribble. For Beatty. Try to dump it off inside. It's loose. Samuel trying to find somebody. Finds Kamara. And finally back in the hands of Rosario.
Reading doesn't have to shoot. They got to be patient here.
Oh, dangerous pass there. Beatty pulled it away and a foul. No, jump ball.
And it's
it will
Reading.
keep the possession to the Red Knights.
Yeah.
Beatty and Harper tying up.
Berks Catholic, twice since the timeout, the Saints have almost come up with a turnover on 2 different occasions. They need one. They need a stop. That's all they need. They need a stop and a score.
1:49 now left to go. And again, Rosario has to chase it into the backcourt to get the ball in bounds.
I love this Rosario-McCoy matchup.
Dumps it for Kamar, and he's bumped and fouled from behind. Saints have fouls to give.
Yeah. And I think that's why they're being extra aggressive. That's on Zusky, his second, team third. They got another foul to give before Reading goes to the line.
1:40 now left. Samuel, trap, gives up for Rosario, for Beatty, and one more pass inside, and it's a layup for Samuel.
Xavier Beatty, very aware, finds the cutting Kamara.
Jeremiah Kamara with the bucket. He's got 19. McCoy back the other way is fouled. 45-38 is our score. Kingston McCoy is fouled. Will not be a shooting foul. This one's going to be on Beatty. That's going to be his third.
Yep.
Cameron Jones, the 6-foot freshman, will come into the game for the first time for Reading High, and Justin DeCastro will take a breather. Saints will inbound underneath. Bryce Gumby, Carmelo Harper, Brady Altamar, Kingston McCoy, Zach Susky.
Cameron Jones with a ton of potential. We've seen him play JV and varsity games.
Harper drives, lost the handle. It's loose on the floor, and eventually it's picked up by Beatty. Red Knights have it back. Rosario fouled from behind.
That's a good foul because it looked like that was going to be a layup for the Red Knights.
Susky picks up his third. Saints fourth. Jones out. DeCastro back in. Just some offensive, defensive substitutions now for Francis Kamara with 1:15 left to go in the ballgame. His team is up by 8 and will inbound underneath their own bucket. Inbound for Samuel. Bumped and fouled, and that will put Khalil Samuel on the line on the bonus. Samuel at the free throw line for the first time tonight, just a 59% free throw shooter. He had a career high of 17 in the last meeting between these two teams.
He's played again. He hasn't done it. He hasn't been on McCoy all night. But when he's been on Kingston McCoy, he's done an outstanding job.
Jones back in. DeCastro back out. Samuel shoot another. Reading High falls to Berks Catholic at the Geico, 73-52. And then at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium, Berks Catholic wins it down the stretch, 62-59. Samuel makes 1 out of 2. Makes it a 46-38 game with 1:05 left to go. McCoy in the open floor is fouled. Rosario commits the foul. That'll be his third, team's third. 1:06 left, stops the clock. Red Knight lead is 9. Inbounds for Gumby. Season opening, drives, off balance, no. Susky picks it up, lost the handle, and he was fouled.
Yeah.
So Zach Susky picks up the offensive rebound and a chance to shoot 2. Samuel's second, Red Knight's fourth. Susky shooting 2 more. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Susky 6 points in total. Make it 7 on the first. DeCastro back in. Also coming in for Reading High is Kenyon Sheriff. And Beatty will come out. So Franz Camaro basically put 5 guards on the floor right now. With exactly 1 minute left to go. And Susky with another free throw for the Saints. And it's good. 46-40.
46-39, Bob.
46-39, I stand corrected. And here's a takeaway. Altamar steals it, drives, rolls it in, and a foul. They steal the inbounds. They get the bucket and a foul by Brady Altamar.
It's on Rosario.
That's going to be his fourth.
His fourth.
Big steal and a big turn of events in the Saint favor. Brady Altamar at the line to try to finish off a 3-point play and make this a 4-point game with now 53.2 left to go.
Nope.
Short on it, ball loose, rebound off of Bryce Gumby, and it will be Reading High basketball.
Still, Reading's doesn't have this wrapped up yet. Up 5 with 50 seconds to go.
Now Brady Altamar's got some blood on his leg, so they're going to check that out, make sure he's all right.
Snip Esterly trying to wipe the blood off.
He does everything. He wins games. He cleans up blood. 50.3 left to go in the ball game. It's a 5-point Reading High advantage, 46-41. Kamara up ahead to Castro. Catch and finish.
Castro almost took an extra step. Caught himself.
14 for DeCastro. Altamar drives, kick to the corner. Gumby for 3. No. Long rebound gathered up by Kamara with 30 seconds to go. And a foul will stop the clock. In the bonus, Jeremiah Kamara will shoot for the Red Knights. Red Knights season looking to keep going on. They can only play one more night, and that'll be for the county championship. 30.1 left to go. Reading's lead is 7 with 2 foul shots coming from Jeremiah Kamara. This is the first. Jones back in, DeCastro back out. Going to get Rosario out as well with the 4 fouls, just in case. Second by Kamara is also no good. McCoy on the rebound. Up ahead for Susky. Back for McCoy. Kick around. Harper for 3 in the corner. No. Long rebound by Kamara with 18 seconds to go.
That should do it.
Reading High Red Knights are going to look to win their 26th Berks County title tomorrow night. More than anyone else in Berks County history, Reading High will win program win number 2,280, and they'll look for another county title tomorrow night. They win it over Berks Catholic by a score of 48-41. We'll take a timeout. Back with our post-game show from Santander Arena right after this.
Are
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. The Reading High Red Knights are going to play for another county championship. They beat Berks Catholic tonight by a final score of 48-41. The Red Knights are still rolling on, and Rich Garcelo's on the floor, surrounded by a couple of them. Francis Kamara, Jeremiah Kamara, Wesley Rosario. Rich, take it away.
Hey, Bob, thanks a lot. We're here with the victorious Reading High Red Knights, Coach Francis Kamara, Wesley Rosario, Jeremiah Kamara. Let's start with Jeremiah first. Scored a game-high 19 points. Did it without your outside shooting. You were attacking the basket. Why were you so successful going to the rim?
I feel like it started with our ball movement as a team. I felt like as we kept moving the ball, their defense, they was all scrambling, and that opened the attacking lanes up for me, and I was able to get downhill.
You guys have won 9 of your last 10. You were once 4-10. You're in the county championship game. What did it take to get to tomorrow night's game?
It's a confidence, leadership, and encouragement from everybody. Without that, I feel like we wouldn't be here right now. So we started getting that going, and we started winning the games.
When did you realize that this season you guys can turn around this season? When did you think it started to happen?
I felt like it started to happen as soon as our losses started adding up because they kept hitting us. Oh, we're not doing this right. We're not doing this right. So I feel like as we kept losses, encourage us play together better. Go from there.
You guys are going to face the Wilson Bulldogs again. You split your regular season games with them, lost in the county final last year to them. How do you feel about that matchup tomorrow night?
I feel like it's going to be a competitive game, but I feel like if we stick together, we should come out on top.
Hey, Jeremiah, a game high 19 points. Let's talk to Wesley Rosario. How many assists do you think you had tonight?
I don't know, but I think they forgot what's my role in this team. My role in this team is passing the ball. So now they're looking for me for a score, and I'm passing the ball.
I had you for 6 assists. The 2 biggest ones were the ones to Xavier at the end of the third quarter. They had the lead. They had your lead cut to 3. That gave you a 7-point lead going into the third quarter. How big do you think those 2 baskets were?
It was good because, we're coming from the bad third, so we just got to pick it up. And I think that two passes it was a good assist for the team.
I asked Jeremiah, what did it take to get from 4-10 to win these last 9 out of your last 10 games to get to the county championship game?
For me, in my opinion, it was like everybody was disrespectful us. Like they say, like, oh, running is done, running is this. So we was running this every time, and we just stay together every time, and the confidence was building.
You're playing Wilson for the third time. You split the 2 regular season games, 2 really good games. You lost to them in the championship game last year. What do you expect from tomorrow night?
It's gonna be a revenge, and I was waiting for this because the pain from last year, I still got it right here in my hurt. So they gotta be ready for tomorrow.
Wesley and Jeremiah, thanks. I'm going to talk to Coach Francis Kamara. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow night. Let's talk to Coach. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Francis, I'll ask you the first thing. We'll get to the game. But what did it take for this team to gel after starting 4-10 and to win 9 out of your last 10 games to get to the county final?
It took sacrifice. The boys had to learn how to sacrifice for each other. Young group, inexperienced group. Most of them never played on this type of stage before, played at this level before. You got 3 guys returning that were in a rotation last year with Wesley, Maya, and Xavier. They had to learn how to sacrifice, and they had to learn how to really, really work. Our boys are hard workers. They're naturally hard workers, all right? But they had to learn how to work hard together and then continue to encourage each other through the ups and downs. I mean, obviously, we've had a roller coaster of a season. But our boys just are the definition of the people in the city. They're fighters. Reading kids are fighters. They go through so much adversity on a daily basis on their daily lives that they're prepared for this. And they were down, and they just continued to keep fighting. And I kept preaching it to them. And every time I spoke to you guys, one day at a time. Our group is too inexperienced to think about anything else except for taking care of this day in front of us. And if we take care of this day, then we'll be ready to take care of the next day.
Let's talk about your defense, your staple, the job that Khalil Samuel and others did on Kingston McCoy. He had 14 in the first half. I think he just had 2 in the second half, finished with 16. How would you describe the effort by your guys?
Man, like I said, these boys just keep fighting. They're fighters. Well, one thing, I'm glad I don't have to face Kingston McCoy for the rest of the season. That kid is amazing. Kudos to him and the rest of their team, obviously. Snip does a great job with his program. I mean, he's been doing it for so long. And he just continues to just have successful season after successful season. So kudos to Berks Catholic. They're probably going to win their district, and they deserve to. But, yeah, our boys they just kept fighting defensively. I told them, like, they're going to make their runs. All right, the kid can score. He's going to score the basketball. You're going to be frustrated. He's going to make some tough shots. You're going to play the best defense ever, and he's still going to score. But you know what? You just got to put your head down and worry about the next possession. And everybody had each other's back. You know, he beat somebody at the point of attack. Here comes the next level. Here comes the next level. We tried to make all his buckets difficult buckets. And then we did try to make sure we didn't get the other guys getting off. And we did a good job. We forced them to all to be decision makers, and we did a great job with that.
Let's talk about your son. Jeremiah scored a game-high 19 points. Many of the points were going to the basket. He's done that, of course, but really tonight he really relied on that. Was it something that you told him, or is something that were there openings there? How did you look at his scoring tonight?
Jeremiah is just aggressive, and he's just a little fighter. He just fights. If you tell Jeremiah not to do something, he's going to prove to you that he can do it, and that's all it is. And for him though, he gets sometimes, and our guys in general, you're in an arena. They get caught up with the 3-point lines. There's 3 lines there. All right, we kept telling them, don't take the bait, guys. The black line is the 3-point line, but outside of that, get downhill. All right, we got to get downhill and be strong with the ball, penetrate and repenetrate, and find the cutters. And I mean, it was Jeremiah who did a good job getting downhill. Of course, Wesley been getting downhill all game long. Jeremiah had opportunities to finish at the basket. That's because of all the attention Wesley was getting. Jeremiah said, I'm getting downhill. And I said, go ahead and get downhill. Make sure you make the right play. You see the help, dish it, make the right plays. And, you know, he dished it when he needed to dish it. He finished it when he needed to finish it. And, I mean, he's not scared of going through the trees. They're going to block a shot 300 times. He'll come back in there.
You mentioned Wesley. The 2 assists, one off the inbounds pass, and the other one right before the third quarter buzzer, both to Xavier Beatty. How big were those passes? How big were those 2 baskets?
Those were huge. Give us a little bit of a cushion. Obviously, they're never out of the game. And Xavier and Wesley, both of them have been big for us all year. Let me just take a second to talk about Xavier Beatty. He's the quietest kid. He's the calmest kid. But you know what? The kid has a heart of a lion. He's the best athlete in the state of Pennsylvania. I don't think it's close. He's the best athlete in the state of Pennsylvania. The kid does nothing but lead by example, and he's always in the right spots, and he always comes up with big-time plays, and he did it again today. On almost every team in the county, he'll be a starter. He doesn't start on our team. He doesn't complain. He doesn't say anything. He just comes out and works. And he just continues to be efficient and effective. And everybody needs a player like Xavier Beatty. We're blessed to have him with us. He's been quietly leading our team all year, and we're going to be looking forward to more of his leadership come tomorrow night.
Francis, one last thing. You mentioned tomorrow night. You're playing Wilson for the third time this season. You split your first two games. It will be your last game of the season. How proud are you of your guys to get to this point and have an opportunity to win another county championship?
I'm super proud of my guys, man. They had all the opportunity in the world to quit. They had all the opportunity in the world to, start blaming each other and starting to be individuals. But we talk about it every day. They just stayed together. They trusted themselves. They believed in each other. And I talk to them all the time. I told them, man, listen, don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about the outside noise. You guys put all this hard work and energy to be in this position. Prove yourself right. All right? Don't worry about no one else. Just prove yourself right, because you did everything that you did, all this work, and you deserve to be here. And you're going to get all the accolades that you deserve as long as you guys just work together and trust in God and continue to stick together through all the adversity. And that's what they have done. And it's great to see them come out of this hole, and now we have an opportunity to fight for a county championship.
Francis, thank you. Congratulations. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you, guys.
Red
Back to you,
Knights,
Bob.
Red Knights will play for their 26th Berks title, and I'm sure all that aggressiveness comes from Jeremiah's mother more than anything. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with our Reading Fight Phil's player of the game, our American Diner play of the game, all when we get back to Santander Arena after this.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Welcome back to our Pizza Coma postgame show. It's now time for our Reading Fight Phil's player of the game. With Reading Fight Phil's invite you to check out their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The R-Phils remind you, have your next sports team banquet in the R-Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the #1 place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the R-Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. And Rich Garcello talked to Jeremiah Kamara, who was the game-high scorer with 19 points. 15th time this season he's been in double figures, was a point shy of being at 20 for the 5th time this season, but came up big and scored throughout the game for the Red Knights as well. Had 5 in the first, 6 more in the second, just 2 in the third, and then 6 more in the fourth for the Red Knights to keep the Berks Catholic Saints at bay. Tonight's play of the game actually is really 2 plays of the game, brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. A full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert. Military veterans receive a 10% discount. They're open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and they're serving the community for generations since 1994. Rich talked about it with the head coach, Francis Kamara. The Saints had cut it to a 3-point game at the end of the third quarter, 31-28. Reading High had the basketball underneath, and Wesley Rosario was the inbounder, found Xavier Beatty on a backdoor cut for a bucket to make it 33-28. Then the Red Knights forced a turnover on the other end, and Rosario again found Xavier Beatty for a layup to make it 35-28. And what was a 3-point game became a 7-point lead for Reading High after 3 quarters. And lo and behold, they won by 7 points, 48-41. Is our final score. So the rundown again for tomorrow. Girls game is at 6 o'clock. That's the tip-off time. Governor Mifflin against Reading High. And then the boys championship game is scheduled for 8 o'clock, and that will be Wilson against Reading High. We will have them both for you here on WEEU and on our free video stream as well at 8:30 WEEU Sports on YouTube. We will have them both for you. And again, we get it started at 5:45 with the girls game and the boys championship game. Should be 2 good ones. We had 4 really good basketball games today.
Really, we saw the games that we didn't broadcast, the 2 girls games. They were outstanding as well. But, Bob, Wesley Rosario, 6 assists, just 5 points.
Yeah.
And he
loves that.
And he absolutely loves that. Kamara was the leading scorer and deserved the player of the game. But you don't want to overlook that. And the other thing is Xavier Beatty had 4 points. The 4 biggest points of the night.
19 for Kamara, 14 for Justin DeCastro, 5, as Rich said, for Wesley Rosario, 4 for Xavier Beatty, and 3 each for Nelson Malave and for Khalil Samuel. For the Saints, led by Kingston McCoy, had 16, but again, 14 of those 16 in the first half. Zach Susky was shut out in the first half. He had 8 in total. Carmelo Harper had 6, 4 each for Gavin Welker and Brady Altamar, and 3 for Bryce Gumby, and the Saints total of 41. Saints are still alive. They'll be in the District 3 playoffs again 1 week from tonight. They'll take on Bishop McDevitt. The Saints, the number 1 seed in District 3 Class 4A, taking on the number 8 seed Bishop McDevitt. The Red Knights are now 13 and 11 overall. The Saints fall to 18 and 5. Again, the rundown of scores today. Governor Mifflin girls beat Wilson 60-56. The other girls semifinal, Reading High beats Wyomissing 40-38. The boys game in overtime, Wilson beats Governor Mifflin 55-43. And finally, it's Reading High over Berks Catholic 48-41. Thanks to the BCIAA for allowing us to bring you those games under the direction of Executive Director Carrie Ciotto. Thanks to Matt Knob doing a great job through all 4 games back at the WEU studios. Thanks to Jeff Nolan and Jake Starr as well for pinching in, and our technical director, Sean Tansky. For another night of high school basketball here at WEEU, the Reading High Red Knights in the final of a 4-game run beat Berks Catholic 48-41. We'll have the doubleheader championship night live right here on 8:30 WEEU in Reading. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse